Good morning, this is Project Nigel. My name is Captain Mustard. Today I have given myself the task of stripping down a K-Series engine. And not so much given myself the task, it's actually going to be bought as a block rather than a complete engine. So that's why I've got to do that. Here is the engine in question. And to do this particular task I will need a number of things. The first one being the correct level of motivation. A few tools hidden away in that box. And of course a cup of tea. This is the engine out of lovely Project Terry. So the only problem with you filming this rather than me filming it is that I'm going to have to speak a bit more loudly in order to be heard. What I'm going to do is take off the inlet manifold and the gearbox. A couple of other bits, but I'm going to leave on this power steering pump as a special treat to the man whom I'm selling it to. And I say whom, and that's the incorrect word because I actually know who I'm selling it to. It is Mr. Spooky Nipples. I have done a couple of videos of taking an inlet manifold off, but not while the engine is out of the car. So believe it or not, it's actually a bit easier this way. That's what we're doing here. Taking out the coil packs. That's an absolute doddle of a job. It makes a good sound as well. Should I do it again? So taking that inlet manifold off is indeed quite an easy job. But I've got other stuff to come off as well. Namely the gearbox. And what I've done to make this easier for myself is lean the engine over and propped underneath an alternate... Oh shit. There, that's better. That's the tub I should have put underneath the gearbox before starting this. That's what happens when you just start working without thinking ahead. I thought I'd removed all of the gearbox oil, to be absolutely honest, but obviously not. I'm not going to be able to work properly now until I have another cup of tea. Oi, go on. I put my special gloves on for working with things like this to try and protect my hands from being unbelievably grotty. And then the moment I spilled some gearbox oil, I took them off, didn't I, to mop it up. That's how special my way of working can be. I hope you appreciate it. How long should it take to remove a starter motor? Well, I'm going to make it look like it's a lot easier than what it is. No, I'm not. I need my breaker bar. Right. Hello. Here is the SE1 bumper. It's in quite good order actually.
What's happening now, Captain Mustard?
I'm trying to get the gearbox off. It doesn't want to come off.
Oh no. What shall we do?
We could not bother taking it off in the first place. I put the tub underneath the gearbox to catch any remaining fluid, and now I've moved it and the tub squashed underneath the gearbox, so it was completely redundant really. Never mind. Look, the gearbox has come off of the engine. It's over there. See? And I was too busy and frustrated to film it. My wife was too busy on indigestion. Engine strapped into the back of a Mercedes van. Manhandled by myself and this big man there. Look at him, he's so... Advertising. Now you've got a third job, haven't you? Of taking this engine back and having a toy with it.
Taking his components off.
And having a look at this eye. Well, that's Terry's engine gone, and due to today's earlier mishap, it looks like there's been some sort of automotive murder going on. I'm about to attempt to bleed my own brakes by myself, and my chances of success with this are, I would say, probably less than 5 or 6%. It's not going to stop me from having a go though, is it? That particular brake trick didn't work whatsoever. It is happy to lock the driver's side up, and the other side doesn't seem to work at all. Yet again, I had to enlist the help of the garage next door. Well, that didn't last long. My bodge job didn't really do too well there. Well, you can probably tell there by the red bonnet that I am going home tonight with Project Nigel, and not Morris, who's gone and let me down with its exhaust there. Honestly though, when do you ever see me looking disappointed to have to drive Nigel instead? It just doesn't happen, because as I've said, I actually prefer this car anyway, but my wife doesn't, and that's tough, I'm afraid, because tomorrow we'll be turning up at school in the lovely multicoloured 25 until I get the other one fixed. I mean, realistically, driving a car around with that amount of noise, I know plenty of other people do it, I think you're asking to get pulled over by the Rozzers. Whereas the police they're not really interested in a Rover 25 with a red bonnet. They don't consider that illegal, and with good reason. And every self-respecting policeman in the land probably watches Project Nigel by now anyway.